People over 60 who are seniors, there are 4 nuts you should eat daily and 4 you should never eat. Have you ever questioned whether something as seemingly harmless as a handful of nuts could actually be detrimental to your health? It can seem implausible. Nuts are meant to be healthy after all. Now for the startling part. Eating the wrong kind of nuts on a regular basis may raise your risk of heart disease, renal damage, cognitive decline, and even cancer by up to 48%, according to recent studies. Furthermore, this risk increases in hazard for seniors over 60. Why? Because our bodies become more vulnerable to hidden poisons, inflammatory triggers, and digestive issues from specific meals as we age. And you know what? You probably already have a lot of these deadly nuts in your kitchen cabinet. In the belief that they are beneficial to your heart, brain, or energy, you may even be consuming them every day. In actuality, though, some of them are subtly harming your health without you noticing. Even worse, a particular nut that is frequently suggested by low-carb diets has been directly connected to liver stress, kidney strain, and brain fog. All due to a substance that occurs naturally and accumulates over time in your body. Seniors who already have sluggish detoxification systems are especially vulnerable. This movie isn't simply about the risks, so stay with me before you freak out and start discarding your trail mix. I'll show you exactly which nuts you should consume, which you should avoid, and how to start making better decisions right now. There isn't a more comprehensive guide to nut eating for seniors than this one. You'll know exactly how to change the nuts you consume to enhance digestion, protect your heart, and boost your mind by the end of this video. Therefore, don't leave, don't skip, and don't miss a word. I promise that today will teach you something that could save or possibly make your life better. Health Nation is where I am. We offer advice from experts on how to live a longer, healthier, and more active life after the age of 60. To ensure that you never miss important information like this, click the subscribe button now and activate the notification bell. Additionally, I would want to know from where you are viewing. As we proceed, share your location with us in the thoughts. Let's start with the positive news first. These 4 nuts are the healthiest for elders. Later on in this video, I'll disclose the 4 nuts you should stay away from if you're concerned about your longevity, weight, heart, or brain. The last nut on the list may really surprise you, so make sure to stick with me through to the end. These 4 nuts are the healthiest for people over 61. The powerhouse of bone and heart is almonds. Let's begin with a well-known companion, almonds. Now, why do elders need almonds so much? Our bones naturally deteriorate and become more fragile as we age, particularly after the age of 65. This implies that a minor mishap like a trip or fall could quickly escalate into a severe fracture, hospitalization, or worse. Here's where almonds can help though. A quarter cup or a tiny handful of almonds provides over 100 milliliters of calcium. Not only calcium either. Magnesium, another element found in almonds, acts as a personal escort, directing calcium into your bones where it belongs rather than allowing it to become lodged in your arteries. Did you know that a large number of elderly people are unaware that they are deficient in magnesium? This deficit may contribute to typical issues in the elderly, such as constipation, cardiac irregularities, and cramping in the muscles. That can be resolved with almonds. And that's not all. Monounsaturated fats, which are heart-healthy and actually reduce bad LDL cholesterol and shield your arteries from harmful blockages, are abundant in almonds. However, there is a secret advantage that many people are unaware of. Almonds may also be good for your brain. Almonds can protect brain cells from oxidative stress, which is one of the main causes of age-related memory loss, according to research from Tufts University. Almonds may offer natural protection if you're concerned about Alzheimer's, dementia, or even simply ordinary forgetfulness. So, how are almonds to be consumed by seniors? Easy. 15 to 20 almonds a day. Ideally dry roasted or raw without salt. Here's a crucial piece of advice. Leave the skin on and eat them. Why? Because of the flavonoids found in almond shells, which, when paired with their inherent vitamin E concentration, quadruple the antioxidant power. However, a word of caution. Seniors who have trouble swallowing may be at risk of choking on almonds. Always chew them well. If necessary, break them up into smaller pieces or soak them in water for the entire night to make them softer. Almonds for improved digestion, heart health, mental clarity, and stronger bones. Overall, it's a win. Are you already eating almonds? Tell me in the comments below, roasted or raw. However, we have only just begun. Now let's talk about one of the best brain foods for seniors. 2. Walnuts, the brain-boosting champion. Walnuts are the nut you should eat every day if you want to safeguard your brain. Has it ever occurred to you that a walnut resembles a little brain? It's more than a mere coincidence. Alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that is vital for brain function, is abundant in walnuts. As a senior, why is that important to you? Because omega-3 fatty acids are similar to engine oil. They prevent inflammation, shield your brain's memory centers from deterioration, and maintain the proper functioning of your brain's electrical signals. Seniors who consumed just 1.5 hours of walnuts per day for 8 weeks saw observable increases in mental speed and cognitive flexibility, according to a significant study published in the Journal of Nutrition. Your ability to recall names, appointments, and even the whereabouts of your keys will improve along with your speed and sharpness. Additionally, walnuts have special polyphenols that help lower inflammation in the brain, the exact inflammation connected to diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. There's more, though. The hormone that promotes sound sleep, melatonin, is found naturally in walnuts. Additionally, our bodies create less melatonin as we age, which is why so many seniors experience restless nights or insomnia. Give it a try. Try eating 7 or 9 halves of walnuts in the evening to see if it helps you sleep better. Additionally, keep walnuts refrigerated to prevent the rancidity of their delicate oils. Additionally, walnuts help maintain the flexibility of your blood vessels by providing arginine, an amino acid that promotes heart function. For seniors on blood pressure or cholesterol drugs, that is a significant concern. Walnuts should therefore be a regular part of your daily routine if you want to improve your heart health, sleep quality, and cognitive function all at once. Does the somewhat bitter taste of walnuts appeal to you, or does it make you shun them? Tell me in the comments below. I want to know. Let's now discuss a nut that deserves more attention, but doesn't. 3. The secret weapon for blood pressure and vision is pistachios. In terms of elder health, pistachios may be the most underappreciated nut. Why? Because they are beneficial in 2 important areas: control of blood pressure and protection of the eyes. Blood pressure comes first. Did you know that there are about 300 millilamers of potassium in 1 ounce of pistachios? Without the negative effects of medicine, potassium naturally reduces blood pressure by balancing sodium levels. According to studies, eating pistachios on a regular basis can reduce systolic blood pressure by as much as 5 points. For elders, however, this is even more crucial. The carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin, which are abundant in pistachios, directly shield your eye's macula. For those over 60, age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, is the main cause of vision loss. Pistachios can help you preserve your freedom by maintaining your vision. They also have an additional unstated benefit: they don't harm your teeth. Seniors with sensitive teeth may have trouble chewing tougher nuts, but pistachios offer a gentler crunch. Do you want one more expert tip? Purchase them in their shell. By slowing down your eating pace, shelling helps you avoid overindulging. Additionally, you can see how much you've already consumed when you see a pile of empty shells. An excellent weight-watching tip for elders: enjoy a snack that helps your blood pressure, eyes, and waistline. Try to have 49 pistachios a day, either unsalted or lightly salted. Are you still with me? Before we move on to the risky nuts you should avoid today, we have one more wonderful nut for seniors. 4. Brazil nuts, the anti-aging and thyroid miracle. Brazil nuts are next. Perhaps the most effective nut for supporting the thyroid in older persons. This is crucial, so stay with me here. Many elderly people have thyroid issues that go misdiagnosed: sadness, weight gain, exhaustion, and a persistent cold feeling. Although these symptoms are frequently attributed to aging, thyroid disease may potentially be the cause. The world's richest food source of selenium is Brazil nuts. Your whole daily requirement of selenium, a mineral essential for the activation of thyroid hormones, can be found in just one Brazil nut. However, the advantages are more extensive. Brazil nuts contain selenium, which is also associated with increased energy, a more positive attitude, and a more robust immune system. Additionally, selenium contributes to DNA protection, which may potentially help slow down the cellular aging process. This is a warning, though. Only 1 or 2 Brazil nuts should be consumed each day due to their high potency. Seniors who take too much selenium may potentially suffer negative effects. Because of their fiber and natural oils, Brazil nuts have a creamy, pleasant texture that is also beneficial for digestion. Just keep in mind to buy them in their shell whenever you can, keep them refrigerated, and eat them as a special wholesome treat rather than as a typical snack. It's time for the section of this video that you can't miss now that you know which 4 nuts are the healthiest for seniors. These 4 nuts have the potential to cause silent harm to your body on a daily basis. And the last one on this list may really surprise you, I assure you. Remain with me. Since not all nuts are made equal, seniors over 60 should stay away from these 4 harmful nuts. Certain nuts can gradually impair your health, particularly as you age. Despite their popularity, affordability, or even perceived health benefits, these nuts can raise inflammatory levels, cause dangerously high blood sugar, harm your liver and kidneys with hidden toxins, and even conflict with prescription drugs. The 4 nuts that seniors should either avoid or eat in moderation are about to be revealed. And keep in mind that the final one is maybe the most dangerous of all, yet it is hardly discussed. Peanuts are the silent cause of inflammation. You may be surprised by this. In actuality, peanuts are legumes, which means they grow underground like peas and beans, and the trouble begins there. Peanuts are susceptible to contamination by aflatoxins, which are harmful mold compounds made by fungi, because they are grown underground. These aflatoxins have been connected to immune system suppression, liver damage, and potentially cancer. What's worse for elders, though, is this. Our body's natural detoxification process naturally slows down as we age. This implies that older adults may be more susceptible to the accumulation of poisons such as aflatoxins than younger individuals. Additionally, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 lipids in peanuts is extremely high. What's wrong with that? While omega-3 fats reduce inflammation, omega-6 fats increase it. Peanuts exacerbate the omega-6 fat imbalance that most Americans already have. Remember that peanuts might trigger unnoticed allergic or inflammatory reactions in some people. Frequent peanut eating may be associated with mild symptoms such as joint pain, bloating, or exhaustion. Let's now discuss drugs. Did you know that vitamin K, which is found in peanuts, might interfere with blood thinners like warfarin? Anticoagulant-using seniors should exercise caution as this combination may raise their risk of serious blood clots or uncontrollable bleeding. How about peanut butter? Unfortunately, the majority of commercial peanut butters are laden with hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and salt, which makes them a surefire way to gain weight, raise blood pressure, and cause heart disease. Because of the possibility of aflatoxin contamination, even natural peanut butter can be dangerous. You might believe that this doesn't apply to you if you've been eating peanuts for years without experiencing any issues. However, inflammation and aflatoxins can have cumulative effects that accumulate over time without being seen. Replace peanuts with almonds or walnuts right away if you're serious about safeguarding your liver, brain, joints, and heart. Have you been consuming peanuts on a regular basis? Share your experience with me in the comments section. Tell me your story, please. But there are other issues besides peanuts. Let's go on to another nut that has unspoken risks. 2. The unnoticed source of sugar is cashews. I understand your thoughts. Cashews taste great. You're correct too. They are really pleasant, creamy, and have a hint of sweetness. Here's the issue though. Contrary to popular belief, cashews are not as nutritious for elderly persons. Why? For a nut, cashews contain a lot of carbohydrates. They actually contain a lot more carbohydrates than walnuts or almonds, roughly 9 grams per ounce. Additionally, blood sugar regulation gets harder for elders as they get older. You should be aware of this if you are above 60. Of persons your age, about half have prediabetes and about 25% have diabetes. Thus, consuming an excessive amount of cashews can quickly raise blood sugar levels, resulting in energy slumps, weight gain, and a higher chance of problems from diabetes. That's not all, though. Oxalates, which are naturally occurring substances that can bind to calcium in your intestines and decrease calcium absorption, are also abundant in cashews. What's wrong with that? Due to the fact that decreased calcium absorption raises your risk of fractures and osteoporosis. And it gets worse. Cashews can exacerbate kidney stones, particularly in those who are predisposed to them, which is frequently the case in those over 60. Additionally, a lot of commercial cashews are oil roasted, excessively salted, and may have other additives that exacerbate stomach issues and high blood pressure. Additionally, most people never discuss a hidden threat. Urushiol, the same poisonous substance seen in poison ivy, is naturally present in cashews. Although most of it is eliminated by commercial processing, residues may still be present. This explains why eating cashews might cause rashes or itchy skin in some sensitive persons. Despite their innocent appearance, cashews are not the senior-friendly snack that they seem. Try substituting almonds or pistachios if you enjoy creamy, filling nuts. You'll have a far better effect on your blood sugar and bones, as well as more fiber and fewer sweets. Do you frequently eat cashews? Tell me how they impact you in a comment. The next nut is a calorie bomb that is undermining the health objectives of many seniors, so get ready. The third is the hidden risk of weight gain from macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts. Although macadamias have a rich, buttery, and delicious flavor, they can be a metabolic nightmare for elderly people. This is the reason. The nut with the most calories on the market is macadamias. Nearly 200 calories and an astounding 22 grams of fat are found in just 1 ounce. Even while fat isn't bad, seniors might acquire weight gradually and covertly if they consume too many calories and their metabolism slows down. A tiny handful of macadamia nuts can increase your daily caloric intake by hundreds of calories without making you feel full. Additionally, it becomes more difficult for older folks to lose weight because their metabolism slows down and their muscle strength gradually declines with age. However, it's not the only issue. At almost 3 grams per ounce, macadamias are quite heavy in saturated fat. Additionally, many seniors already suffer from high LDL or bad cholesterol. Even though modest saturated fat isn't unhealthy for everyone, consuming a lot of macadamia could increase those figures even further. However, most people overlook this. Macadamia nuts are incredibly hard and dense. For elderly people with dental issues, bridges, crowns, or compromised enamel, that is a serious concern. The majority of seniors should avoid taking the chance of breaking a molar on a macadamia nut. And there's another unspoken issue. Inadequate storage causes macadamias to quickly turn rancid. Free radicals produced by rancid nuts speed up aging, harm cells, and may eventually raise your risk of developing cancer. Macadamia should only be eaten infrequently, if at all, by seniors who are watching their weight, cholesterol, or dental health. Replace your macadamia snack with pistachios or walnuts if you believe they are heart healthy. Your body will appreciate it. For seniors, however, the worst nut of all is still to come. 4. Pine nuts, the harmful drug disruptor. The most startling was saved for last. Pine nuts. Pine nuts are frequently added to pasta, salads, and pesto sauce in particular. Surely they're harmless enough? Pine nuts, however, pose a number of unspoken risks to the elderly. Please let me know where you're coming from today before we begin. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have and leave a comment below. Remember to click the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss any of the Senior Podcast's top health advice. And I want to know whether you're with me if you're now watching. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0. First, more than 60% of the most popular drugs given to elderly patients can be affected by pine nuts. Were you aware that certain antidepressants, cholesterol-lowering statins, and blood pressure drugs can be less effective due to chemicals found in pine nuts? Despite this, the majority of physicians never alert patients to this food-drug interaction. However, things worsen. Pine mouth syndrome is an odd condition in which ingesting pine nuts leaves your mouth with a bitter, metallic taste that can linger for weeks. That may sound inconvenient to elders, but it might result in decreased appetite, inadvertent weight loss, and nutritional inadequacies. Another major worry for senior citizens is this: polyunsaturated fats found in pine nuts have the ability to oxidize rapidly and produce inflammatory substances. Elderly people who are already coping with chronic inflammation or arthritis should definitely exercise caution when consuming oxidized oils. To make matters worse, pine nuts are tiny, slick, and challenging to fully digest. This puts elderly people who have trouble swallowing or who have dry mouth, a side effect of many common drugs, at risk of choking. Lastly, recent studies indicate that certain types of pine nuts might include substances that hasten macular degeneration, the primary cause of vision loss in the elderly. Pine nuts might be the worst option for those over 60 due to the combination of these hazards. What can be substituted for pine nuts in recipes such as pesto? Instead, try walnuts or sunflower seeds. With significantly lower hazards, they provide a comparable texture. Please share in the comments if you have ever tasted so metallic after eating pine nuts. You're not by yourself.